Okay, so it's the next day. So I've now, this is like my second day of playing. We are level 81, and I have changed a bunch of stuff. So let's go over what I changed and why, and what I'm working towards. And yeah, there's some interesting stuff I've discovered. Or really just discovered I like and don't like and that sort of thing. So the stats were looking pretty okay on the res front. A little under necrotic, but overall we've gotten that managed. Our mana feels good. Our movement speed's a little slow. Our health feels fine. For items, we have swapped to using double Tempest Maw. Okay. And the reason is because Tempest Maw, as a one-hand axe, alleviates the totem mana cost a little bit, and makes it so when we summon totems, I summon 4 of these storm sprites around the totems. And these storm sprites are little freaks that basically scale off of attunement, which is exactly what everything else I'm doing scales off of. And they are little minions, and so they scale off of all this other minion shit I'm getting. So any amount of like minion damage, so when you get like minion spell damage or attunement, that all scales it up, and they do a lot of damage. Because I'm dual wielding, I don't summon 4, I summon 8, which is better. 8 is better than 4. And they last, I don't know if it says, they last for 6 seconds, and it's on a 6-second cooldown. So basically, if I just summon totems every 6 seconds, they're always up and zapping things. Okay, so that's one little metric there. Because I'm using axes, I get the advantage of this. So Harmony of Blades lets me dual wield the axes, but I do take more damage. That's how I'm able to dual wield them. Now, alternatively, I could use something else in the main hand and then one axe in the offhand, but I kind of like just dual wielding them. And there's this node. I'm blind. This one. Okay, you and your totems deal additional damage. The bonus is tripled while using an axe, so that's 15 flat damage being added on, which is a great amount. And I moved the Shaman Trio over a little bit to just be a little more streamlined, but basically the same thing. It's just at exactly 15 points. Now we're going into Druid a little bit also. It was mostly to get both of these to 5. I think that's probably where I'll stop, is when these are at 10. Not sure if I'll pick up any of this stuff. When you directly use a skill or movement skill, you cast on a nearby minion or ally. I mean, maybe I'll do this if this doesn't seem whatever. But for the most part, I like just the defense of this, and then the minion armor, and this making it so when I cast spells, it recoups life, etc. And for Beastmaster, I wanted to grab the singular minion, because I'm already having a singular minion for my crow. This is just free. And then some of this aspect of the boar stuff for defenses. This is more defenses. And I'm going to probably check out the scorpion, maybe in place of the crow, but I'm not sure what I'll do there. I might use a scorpion, I might not, but I just want to exercise that whatever. So we need 2 more points there and 5 more there, so 7 puts us at 88, very obtainable in today's play session. And yeah, so for abilities here, I have one more Thorn totem. I was picking up this. So I moved the Thorn totem stuff into more cold-based damage, which has felt better. There's this stuff where I cast and then recast it. It pops poison and does all this poison, but it's actually all turned into frostbite and cold through the cold points. So, still the same loop with Gravemind and that stuff. All this cold stuff up here, but I don't really know how much of this I want to get into, so I'm kind of okay where that is. And then I'm using this War Cry, which is basically just being used. I dropped the dogs. The War Cry is really nice for freezing the screen. That's the big part. So it freezes the screen and also cleanses me. It heals me a little bit and then cleanses the elements. Makes me invulnerable, which is kind of the same way that the leap also makes me invulnerable with leaping and also cleanses the elements. So every time I use the War Cry or leap, I'm being cleansed or healed, which is great. I think I was doing Age of Winter maybe first. I'm at the 90 monoliths, so once I do the 90s, I have the 195, then I'm into Empowered, and that'll be like tomorrow I'll be starting off Empowered, which is the level 100 end game areas. So that'll feel good. A little coffee sip. Alright, and for gear, yeah, I'm using the 2 set of the Boardman's Fallacy. With this expansion, there's a way to turn set items into shards, and then put them onto exalted mods, so I could like get the benefit of a set, but also, you know, not have to deal with just using set items. But I don't really give a shit about this set bonus as much as the actual stats on these gear is kind of I like, but this is just for right now. I might transition off stuff, but it makes my totems chunkier and gives them pen and AoE, so I like that. The amulet is literally just a whatever weaver amulet, kind of like this is a whatever weaver primalist thing, but it does give +1 all skills, so this one's not bad. I just have to weave into not shit stuff. So like strength, poison res, health regen, illegally they do something. But do they really, you know? Do they really? Not really. And Phantom Grip's kind of similar. Like, I need a higher LP Phantom Grip, because half these things don't do anything, but I love the +2 minion skills, and I love the minion crit, and the mana's good, but it doesn't really do anything. The boots are rares, or what, yeah, they're like a rare. These are exalted, belts exalted, other rings exalted. So we're going to swap some stuff out. My idols are also just not super desirable. I want to get off the ones that say just totem and go on to the ones that say more minion spell damage. But, yeah, beggars can't be choosers. Anyway, let's take a brief looky-loo. Where the fuck am I? I am going this way. Let's take a brief look at what it looks like. And, yeah, it looks pretty. I mean, the gameplay loop is the same. I'm just being more mindful of casting my totems, because when I cast them, these are the little the spirit things. These do a ton of damage. They also, like, fucking crank my frames down, which is annoying, but, you know. So, yeah, that's what that looks like, is it just little ice shoots versus poison. And then, the bigger totem's still the same, basically. This is what the Warcry looks like. It's basically a screen-wide freeze, so that's kind of cool. It's very powerful, though. I like that. Great for doing lizards. I almost just died to something. I'm a big fan of the lizards, like many people are. So I've been enjoying killing the little loot goblin lizards, and having all this freeze tech now is like extra fun for that. Can I jump across anywhere? No. My filter's still like not great, but it's better, so that's a positive. It's a work in progress. But yeah, I feel a lot safer doing this. I'm still working on my defenses because things are starting to hurt a little bit. But yeah, not too much. You can see my damage is like pretty okay though. There's a big boy. While they keep my little sprites up, things die pretty handily. So that's been good. But yeah, that's about what that looks like. I have to reset this because I'm going this way. Or I can go this way. So yeah, once I finish up these monoliths, I'm like pretty happy with where I'm at. I'm not really sure what to resolve though, because it's like I have no real consistent regen aside from the Goodberry meme from my crow. But if I drop that, you know, what do I have? These boots. Oh, these are like fire boots. I don't know what fucking these are. But yeah, the freeze is great for bosses. Like, you can see the damage, though, gets pretty... When those frostbites start stacking up, the damage feels good. But even, like, the clear feels pretty okay. I just feel like I'm not the strongest myself, but, like, it's not that bad. Defensively, like, I get chunked, and then, like, all my little things trigger, and then I feel fine. But if I just, like, had, like, an extra 1,000 life, you know? That would be great. In a perfect world, like an extra 1,000 life would be great. Also just like barely using my flasks, but like I don't know how much I want to be flasking actively versus I'd rather have a passive way of not getting my shit pushed in. It's a delicate balance. I'm constantly checking for one-hand axes. I have on my Weaver tree the starting to block all the nodes that like I don't want, which is nice. I feel like that fire probably would have killed me, but I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't have. Maybe I'm delusional. If I do die to things, it's funny because there's a lizard. You just see the lizards just really can't do anything. They just get pinned down. If I do die to something, it's kind of funny because it almost always says overkill damage like 100. Like, I'm just barely getting my ass clapped. Minion lightning pen. Two-hand, though. Yeah, it's a bummer. I gotta filter that out. Let's do this, dude. Here's like an exiled mage in like my level zone. Feels pretty good. Like, nothing's too spooky or concerning. These are good. I like these totems, the Thorn totems being cold now. Feels better. I don't know if I could transition my what's it called? My Thunder totem into more cold based. Like putting more points into that left side stuff, or any sort of frostbite things on the tree feels a bit, I don't know, whatever. Primalist Tusk Rate, +4 entangling roots. Yeah, I haven't found a exalted 4 specific for like any of the things I'm using, like Thorn totems or Storm totems. I got a +3 for Storm, but like getting a +4 like this, and then crafting something nice, and then like putting the Boardman's Legacy stuff on it, like that's kind of the dream, I guess, right? Just to craft like a big, nice something. A big, chunky, nice one. But overall, it's like, I can't complain. It's going pretty good. Feels okay. It feels good. I really like having the invulnerable while leaping and while war crying. I can kind of like soft rotate those in and out. Oh, see, that was almost death. That's kind of what I mean by like, I feel like I almost died at certain things like that. But I guess this is like a pretty juiced mob, so almost death feels probably almost fine. And I'm like level 90 area. I'm level 81. It's all on par, but just, you know, sometimes things rock your socks. Primalist Helm. Always looking for primal stuff. So for the Weaver tree, I'm almost at tier 6. So I've got this set up. It's just lizards, so I got all the lizard things. So lizard spawn and the drop stuff. Just great for like getting gear, and it's fun to kill lizards. When you get lizard shrines, it's like extra crazy. Yeah, I love the lizards. I need to pick up these favorite caches again, but for now it's blocked. But I have like Arena Echoes blocked. I have Beacon Echoes blocked. I have Arena Key Echoes blocked. I'm probably going to block Gold, and I'm probably going to block maybe Glyphs or Runes. I don't know. But I'm just going to, you could block everything but experience, and every single thing just has experience, which is nice for leveling. So, big fan of that. And then these are the imprint things, so like when I find boxes or when I kill shit, it just means they're going to drop a couple Tempest Maws, which is good because I'm trying to get more Tempest Maws that are higher LP. I don't know if I could put on like an LP2 one and it respects that when I imprint them. Does it say? Let's see. No, because now it just, oh, here it says here. Items dropped, they include sub-categories, yeah, wearing unique, similar, also have increased chance of being exact same unique. Yeah, I don't know. The exact same makes it sound like it's going to be either a no LP or LP, but I prefer no LP maybe because of the egg mechanic in this league. Hard to say. But yeah, once I finish blocking mechanics, I'll look outwards. I'm not sure where else I want to go in this tree, but we'll kind of figure it out. The other thing is the item faction, so Circle of Fortune. We're currently at 8. It's almost at 9. 9's a big one. That means that having the higher tier exalteds are more common, twice as common. And that's a huge one to get. This one is absurd when you get this one, the rare to exalted chance, but items that would drop as rare have a 25% chance of becoming exalted. This like makes an atrocious amount of exalted drop. So getting to that is a whole other shebang-a-bang, but yeah, pretty much nothing to do but just keep grinding, and we'll max out most of those eventually. Avalanche. The current goal is basically to finish the monolith sections, to get the 7 more levels, and maybe check out the scorpion thing, like I was discussing. And then after that, we're gonna just continue to work on gaps in gear, like basic gaps. Maybe like a couple legendary potentials here and there, but like nothing crazy. Because I want to find as many, you know, axes as possible to make better weapons. I like the Tempest Maw setup, so I think I'm going to probably stick with that. There's another setup you could do with a dagger, where you do this, a 2-piece set that gives you, what's it called? Plus 2 to totem supports or something. Like +2 totem levels. Which is pretty good. But, yeah, I'm not sure if it's like a thing I want to explore. But if I see any exalted daggers, I'm kind of just picking them up. But it's like really hard early on to find super huge amounts of exalted things that you want. Because at the moment it's more just like I get what I get and I don't get upset. And that's okay. The damage goes pretty good though. I'm pretty happy with how the damage is looking. Just the defenses are a little bit lacking. But once I pick up those last couple things... There's a ghost dog on me. Down he goes. Those last couple points should be pretty nice. Weaver's Will. Wow. And what do we get here? Some sort of... What the fuck is that even? It's a blasting agent for rogues. Okay. Yeah, pretty much if I see something I don't want, I just challenge it just to get loot. And then if I see something I do want, then I empower it and hope I get something that matters. But yeah, we're cranking. Tomes, tomes, tomes. Yum yum experience tomes. The totem thing I was talking about is this little dagger. Parabor's persistence, so it'd be like swapping just like any of these scraps, these scrap rolls, onto a ring. You know, like that one if it had LP left, lol, or forging potential, or onto a dagger. So I could use dagger main hand, and I could use Tempest Maw offhand. And what that would get me, I guess if I had it, would be like the plus crit chance per intelligence, maybe? Probably be the best thing to snag off of that. And the best thing to snag off of this would be like, maybe just the int or something. And then I could put them on better bases and have them do better things. Might be a route. I'm not sure yet. That's like 50-50. Yeah, I've also been like a funny thing. There's a couple new runes this patch that I liked. So like sometimes you find an item like this, which has like 2 semi-relevant rolls, right? The mana and then the minion spell shit. Like those are semi-relevant rolls. But I have this thing called the Rune of Redemption. And it changes this shit exalted into a different exalted, which is like been using to try to make better things to turn into legendary potentials for Tempest Maws. So it turns that chance to poison into chance to chill, which is like not good still, but you know, it could get like damage over time for minions. I don't do damage over time, that really, but you could see how that would be relevant, you know, if I hit something better. So then I would like, you know, upgrade these to max mana and max life, and then when I LP it, at least it has a chance of being something redeemable. Some redeemable quality. Yeah, it's just tricky. You have to start building up a base of LPs. Like, I have this helmet. Nope, not that one. This helmet. Nope, not that one. This helmet. Yeah, +3 Storm Totem. This would be a cool one. It's just, it rolled nothing else good. And the base is not ideal, but you get the gist. We're getting some stuff together. I also looked into this helmet, maybe. But it's like, yeah, it's +2 minion skills, but also the implicits, also freeze rate multipliers, whatever. But like, the plus max companion when I'm doing things that reduce my companions, it felt kind of, you know, pointless, I guess. So, stay lovey. A fun thing I could do also, which I think I showed off earlier, but like, let's just take this as an example. This is a fine one. There's another new thing that's pretty sick. Let's just make this higher, and then make this higher. And that's good. So another fun thing you could do that I've been doing, this is like a real weight off my ass, is when you go to the Temporal Sanctum, which is the area that you use to apply exalted items to legendary potential and make them less shit. There's this new thing called a portal charm that's super fucking sick. So if you do enter Sanctum, whoops, sorry, you put a key in, then these things called portal charms, it lets you bypass the entire fucking dungeon. And I do the second one, which is you always guarantee 1 LP. So for LP 1, it's great. And then lets you go straight to the dungeon boss. I'm not sure why I upgraded both the items, so I'm only going to take one of them, but that's fine. So it lets you go straight to the fucking dungeon boss. And this is great for getting LP 1 and 2 items down. Where's she at? It's like, this is like Ellie's Maven, kind of. This is their Maven. Poor man's Maven. Oh, I'm fucking up. That's fine. I'm supposed to, like, swap between realms. But I just, like, get my hotkeys mixed up. So I got too many fucking buttons here. I just tanked, like, so much bullshit. What did I do to this area? I fucking ruined everything. I keep getting my hotkeys confused. She's almost dead. It's all good. Anyway. Oh, is that going to blow up on me? Is that her? We're safe. So anyway, that's not good. I don't want that either. What was that? I don't want that. What is that? I don't want that. Alright, cool. So now that the boss is dead, we get to slap our LP onto something. So we take, like, our weapon. And we take... This one better. -5. This one's minus... This one's just better than this. And I get to pick a thing I want. So I'm going to probably pick the minion spell and totem damage. Minion spell damage, sorry. And slap that on there. That'll be nice. You can also pick the mana and mana regen. I feel like you're having issues, but... Yep, and I seal that, and I swap over, and there it is. Look at how it's all its glory. Well, just a straight upgrade. That's a good thing you could do to make your little LPs now. They got that boss skip thing is pretty cool, the portal key. There's another charm for something with lizards, but I don't really know where to use it, so I just haven't used it yet. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty pleased with how things are going. Just collecting my Tempest Maws. Little upgrades here and there. So the next video I'll show you, I'll probably be level 90-ish, or 88 at least. And we'll be testing out the Scorpion and making any minor amendments that, like, we see fit. And then, yeah, maybe swap to more cold stuff, but start working towards getting my shards for my boardman stuff and my Fairboar things, and maybe craft some better gear. But yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, ask them below. I'll see you in the next video for the third diary of our little street shark. Little street shark shaman. Alright, bye-bye.